I think I'm doing it. Awesome. Cool. Welcome. This is the first live stream that we're doing on Attack of Opportunity. I'm Trey. I'm the DM for what will be our game that we're going to play every Sunday. I think we're playing at 3 p.m. every Sunday starting next week. Tonight, I wanted to do a solo D&D adventure. This is just going to be me, essentially reading a book. These are interesting. They've been around since the beginning of the game. I've never played one, and someone started writing them on DM's Guild for D&D 5e. This one happens to be written by Paul Bilmer, and it's called The Death Knights Squire. And so the idea here is the book leads me through an adventure where I kill monsters. It's kind of like a choose-your-own-adventure book, if you ever read those as a kid. Yeah, this will be fun. Let's see what happens. A little bit for anyone who's interested in the rules that are going to take place here. Sorry, I was finding my place. A little bit of the idea for the rules that are going to take place here. The basic monster rules are I am the monsters, I am the player, and the way this is going to work is that unless otherwise informed by the book, the monsters will always take the shortest path to me and attack, which is fine. Other than that, it's play by the rules and, have fun. So a lot of this is probably going to just be me reading a book, and that's okay. But here we go. Let's start. It is the year 1349 DR, in the month of deep winter. You have been on the road for nearly 2 months now, and snow hangs thick on the trees as you make your way towards the town of Orobar, at the foot of the Grey Peak Mountains. The Grey Peaks are known throughout Faerun for their silver and iron mines, but it is a different type of metal that brought you here: gold. While you were in Neverwinter, you overheard rumors of a large hoard of treasure within an abandoned goblin keep. Even tavern rumors prove to be fruitful sometimes. And you've been without purpose for some months. You departed immediately for Grey Vale when you reached Orobar, and the air is brisk, the town is busy. Carts of all manner, with all manner of goods, timber, wood bales, grain, and animals from the surrounding country. Some of these goods would be bound for Waterdeep or Neverwinter, others for the city of Loudwater. Hungry and thirsty after many days on the road, you enter your first tavern you see, the Woodsman's Retreat. You satisfy your cravings with some bread, cheese, and hot mulled wine. They do the trick nicely. You then inquire from a barkeep about accommodation. Your bones ache and rest is essential. The mountains can wait 1 or 2 days while you rest and replenish your supplies in town. The barkeep tells you that a very respectable inn in the Silver Flask is just nearby. Toting your backpack, you walk down the street to the Silver Flask. You pay for a room, and the innkeep is a jolly woman who is glad to have your business. She lights a cozy fire in your room. You bathe, and then lie down, rest, and soon fall into a deep sleep. It's been a while since your travel-hardened self has had clean sheets and a roof overhead. But you're awoken later that night by a noise from the next room. You can hear a woman openly sobbing on the other side of the wall. The sound is gut-wrenching. Every now and then, a male voice says something as if trying to comfort her. You tolerate this for a while, but eventually it becomes evident that sleep is going to be impossible, and you walk out of the room, into the hallway, and knock on the door, the room next to yours. An elderly man enters. He is dressed finely, like a member of the aristocracy, but sports a nasty black eye and a gash across his cheek. In the background, a woman, also richly dressed, sits on a chair by the fire, her face buried in her hands. "Yes, what is it?" the elderly gentleman asks directly. You straighten yourself up, peering into the room. "Well, I was wondering what the noise is all about," you say, although you don't feel quite so annoyed. "I could hear the crying from next door. I was wondering," you say, gruffly, not used to dealing with aristocrats. That wasn't very gruff. Ah. If it's anything I can help you with, perhaps if I could help, we could all get some rest. At this, the woman looks up and sees you. You probably look a fright after all these weeks on the road. Ungroomed hair, disheveled, worn clothes, but you've had a bath, and so at least you don't smell so bad. However, your type has an air about them. You've seen a fight or two, and you know how to handle yourself in most situations. You're what's known in these parts as the adventuring type. Oh, I'm an adventuring type. Ooh, that's great. Such types generally know how to get things done. Things that others might shy away from. Show our guest in, Elric, the woman says weakly, drying her tears with a silk handkerchief. Words are important. You're shown a chair. For some reason, this old couple who introduced themselves as Lord and Lady Brumont welcome your presence, as if only a distraction from the grief they seem consumed by. We arrived here last night, Lady Brumont begins. Elric is so busy these days. We thought we would bring ourselves to Orobar for a little holiday. Our son, he's so fond of the mountains, loves all the stories. Well, he's our grandson, really. The son of our daughter, who died some years ago. He's all we have left of her. We call him our son. Lady Brumont then begins sobbing once more. Elric Brumont picks up the thread. Long story short, my friend. We were accosted on the highway. We were passing along a lonely stretch of road when he appeared from nowhere. A knight, towering brute of a man, all clad in armor. Lord Elric points to his face. Did this to me. Knocked me out cold, and then grabbed our boy, threw him in a horse and bolted without a word. I say, mulling this over. Did he seem familiar this night? Eric shakes his head. I know what you're thinking. Wealthy aristocrat on holiday from Loudwater. Someone must have known we were coming out here and seized the opportunity. It's true. I am what you would call a public figure. It's well known. In Loudwater, at least. I'm a wealthy man, but this night, he was something else. We didn't see his face. It was hidden by a great metal visor. A towering warrior. He was a hulk of a man. Lady Brumont speaks again. He kidnapped our poor little Derek. Abducted him, just ripped him from our grasp. What did you do then? I ask. We came straight to Orobar, Lady Brumont says. We went to the captain of the guard, but he... A thoroughly incompetent fool, Lord Brumont growls. Said this knight was a ghost, that he'd chosen Derek as his squire, and there was nothing we could do about it. Said Derek wasn't the first. Called him the Death Knight. You can imagine what a comfort that was to us. They say the knight lives in the wood nearby. Lady Brumont says angrily, as if a waking dream. Weathercoat Wood, isn't it, dear? The old man grits his teeth, staring into the fire, and punches his palm. Ghosts my ass, he snarls, gritted teeth. That knight looked real enough to me. He's a lunatic and nothing more. A lunatic who kidnaps young boys, and when I find the baggard, by God, he will pay. You can't help thinking that Lord Brumont is a bit out of his depth here. You don't doubt his resolve, but he looks as though his days of conquest are well behind him. You feel this poor old couple, while not usually associating with the wealthy, you do know that you have something to offer them. You've never been one to shy away from a good adventure, especially when the chance of reward is on the table. I can find your boy, you hear yourself suddenly saying. The woman looks up, and hope begins to shine from her eyes. Oh, gods, she says, her voice quavering. We'll give you anything, and anything. The old man is a little more practical. If I was a few decades younger, I'd be out there myself. I saw action in the Battle of Tanglefork, when we freed the Vale from Renasha's rule. You nod appreciatively. The battle happened about 30 years ago and was said to be fierce. You are not surprised. Elric Brumont definitely carries himself like an old veteran. I can put my sword forward anymore. I can't put my sword forward anymore, but I can offer gold, my friend. 2,000 pieces. The adventure begins. All right. Ooh, okay. Let's see, what did we do here? On the next, okay, cool. I have character stats, they're on a different screen, but, so, we start. The adventure begins. At dawn the next day, following a few scraps of information you saddle your horse and ride to the outskirts of town. The townsfolk pay you little mind as you go, casting you the occasional glance. The journey to Weathercoat Wood lies due east, but it's no short ride. The captain of the guard tells you that the Death Knight has always been seen in a small patch of wood that juts out from the western side of Weathercoat, like a wart on the giant's nose, he says. By midday, you reach a sign that tells you you have another 15 miles to go. You should make it there by nightfall. Not far past the sign is a small inn and a tavern. An old man sits in a chair in the afternoon sun and raises a tankard of ale as you pass. Okay. Last drink for miles, the old man calls to you. Come, sit, I'll buy you an ale. All right, so now I have choices to make. I actually have to click on this PDF. Okay. Do you accept the old man's invitation? If so, go to entry, go to the... Or if you are mindful of time... No, I want to talk to this guy. Yeah, let's go. Old man. All right, we're going here. You tie your horse up to the tavern's porch and join the old man, who directs a young boy to bring you a frothing tankard of ale. The boy also brings a bowl of stew for you to eat. What brings you out this way? The old man asks eventually. I have options. Do you tell him of your quest? No. Well, these old people, they asked me to come kill a Death Knight that took their son. Well, I guess I don't necessarily need to kill him. I just need to get their kid back. But, it's a long ways away. I've been traveling all day. This was a nice offer. I appreciate it. You find yourself telling the old man all about your quest to find the mysterious knight and return Derek Brumont to his grandparents. The old man nods solemnly. The Death Knight, he says quietly, and leans forward in his chair. A local legend, they say. Huh? What? He straightens up and looking you straight in the eye. It's no legend, he says firmly. I was a boy when they hung him from the red tree in Weathercoat Wood. The old man goes on to tell you the story. The man who would become the Death Knight was once a good man who came from a village in the far south after his wife died from the pox. I don't know why that's funny. That shouldn't be funny. He left his village, taking only his son with him as his squire, eager to teach him the ways of the righteous warrior. But a large band of brigands ambushed them on the road, shot the knight with a poisoned dart, and kidnapped his son. They left a note pinned in the ground with a dagger, demanding the knight plunder the treasury in Orlebar and deliver the gold to them. The knight did so, also dying in the process, but the town guard pursued him from town. The town guard pursued him from town. Okay. When the kidnappers saw the knight coming with authorities close behind, they killed the poor boy and fled. Upon finding his son's body, the knight swore vengeance on the bandits and vowed to pursue them unto the end of the world. Unwilling to be taken by the town guard, the knight drew his weapon to resist the arrest. The ensuing fight was bloody, but the knight slew all who came against him. When the fight was over, the knight pursued the bandits deeper into the wood, but lost their tracks in the undergrowth. His rage deepened until his bloodlust and madness possessed him entirely, driving insane at the thought of his son's killers escaping unpunished. None would cross his path and live until the bandits had been brought to justice at the tip of his blade. Eventually, moored soldiers had come from Loudwater to capture the insane knight. When they finally did, the old man said, they hung him from Weathercoat Wood, from a tree. The old man looks down. His unfulfilled quest to find his son's killers brought him back. As undead. The Death Knight, they call him now. And since then, every few years or so, a boy will go missing. He's looking for a squire. Someone to help him on his quest. You take a moment, digest all of this information, and drink from your tankard. After a while, you thank the old man for the company. And keep the information, and you are on your way. It's late when you finally reach Weathercoat Wood. Some 55 miles east of Orobar. Holy crap, I traveled 55 miles today? I need a nap. There on the wood's edge, you camp and let your horse run free. You won't be needing him for a while. Weathercoat Wood is thick, the foliage dense, towering walls of green, and there somewhere, if the information you have is to be trusted, is the boy Derek Brumont. You settle down in your bedroll. The embers of your fire keep you warm well into the night. After a full day's riding, it doesn't take long for you to fall into a deep slumber. Yeah, I rode 55 miles. The sound of a nearby river lulling you to sleep, you wake just before dawn, fully rested, but a noise instantly puts you on guard. Somewhere nearby comes a wet, slavering sound. Quietly, you pick up your weapon and move forward stealthily. When you are some 100 feet or so away, whatever is lurking catches your scent, and you hear it running quickly away. Only dim starlight shows any detail, and you can see, and all you can see, is a darkened shape moving through the night, towards the wood. Do you have ranged weapons? If so, I make choices here again. Do you have ranged weapons? If so, do you wish to attack using it? Go to entry, shoot after. If not, go directly to Dead Nelly. I do have ranged weapons. All right, this is probably where we're going to introduce this character, because I'm about to roll. Boom, let's click there, make sure I find that. Everything. All right, so below me here, you will see all of my stats. The only thing I don't have here is HP and Dex, or HP and AC and stuff. Sorry, I just didn't want to deal with it. But you can see a map. I don't actually know if this is the right map. This is where I'm supposed to start, according to the book, but we'll see what it should tell me to change if I need to change. This is where the map's going to be. I also completely failed and did not print it to scale. Good job. This is going to be me for the evening. And enemies will probably just be dice, just because it's easier than having to sort through and find minis for everything. Yeah, and you can see, I don't think you can really see my rolls, but you can see me actually rolling. So, not cheating. All right. We proceed. Shoot after. Your target is 100 feet away. Oh, we don't actually need that, but that's okay. The target is 100 feet away. You lift your weapon, taking quick assessment of the conditions and fire. Make a ranged attack at disadvantage unless you have dark vision. I believe I'm human, so no, I don't have dark vision. Let's confirm. I am, in fact, human. I kept this simple. But we'll make this at disadvantage. My longbow. Let's roll 2d20. I got a 20 and a 1. What? First roll of the game at disadvantage, I rolled 20 and 1. This is going to be great. So that's a 6 to hit this guy. It's a 6. Yeah, I don't hit his AC 17. Nope, I missed. I'm going to miss. You watch the black shape scurry away, back into the cover of Weathercoat Wood. Curse your poor aim! Then you walk forward to where the creature had been before you startled it and sent it running to the trees. You walk forward to where the beast had been before, making all that noise, and woke you. There was a twitching in its death throes. There, twitching in its death throes, is the horse you rode from Orwell. How did I not notice my horse was missing? Gritting your teeth in anger, you take out your weapon and quickly put the poor beast out of its misery. The first rays of dawn begin to creep into the sky. With a sigh of resignation, you wipe the horse's blood from your weapon and begin the trek towards the wood's edge. The morning's peaceful in contrast with the savagery you have just witnessed. Maybe not for children. And a chorus of birds greets the dawn with calls that echo off the low hills of the surrounding landscape. As you near Weathercoat Wood, you can see the single path that leads into its depths. You see that little light that seems to penetrate through the canopy. Night still hides beneath the mossy boughs and dark green vines that thread the ancient trees together. You step onto the path and enter Weathercoat Wood. Who knows what fate awaits you within these shadowed depths? Go to title page 1 in Maps booklet. Right here. I guess I gotta click on and click this link to title page 1. Move your token onto a bottom grid square of the tile page, or place your token on a square adjacent to the tile you've just come from. This is the first time I've had to deal with this, by the way. Like, this was not really... Okay, there's a box. You move ahead, deeper into the wood, and it almost seems as if the trees themselves are watching your progress. Indeed, as you go on, you really do get the feeling you are being watched. We're talking on to bottom grid square. Maybe here? Yeah, let's do this. There you go. I'm here. All right. Indeed, as you go on, you really do get the feeling that you are being watched. You can move with stealth, make a DC 12, make a stealth check at DC 12. If you succeed, you may add 10 points. Deeper into the wood, it seems almost as if the trees are... All right, so I'm feeling weird about it. Like yeah, this is funky. Okay, let's see what we do here. Okay, you can move with stealth. Make a stealth check, DC 12. If you succeed, you may add 10 points to any D100 chance rolls you make while on this tile page. Okay. I got a 12, DC 12. Okay, I make it. You can check for traps. Unless returning here, roll perception. If successful, go to check success. If you fail, okay, I got to check for traps. All right. Okay. I got a 20. I did check success. You search carefully around, but see nothing to indicate any traps are set here. Turn to dial page 1 and continue from the last... Okay, cool. All right, so no traps. When you are ready, move your token through the map in the direction you desire. When you reach a square adjoining the translucent green dot here, go to entry, quiet entry. All right, we'll go there. We'll go there. When you have finished all encounters, you may move to the edge of the map and onto an adjoining tile page, either 2, 3, or 5. Okay, let's do quiet entry. Quiet entry. You pause for a second. Sorry, this may be a little manic. The next encounter should go a little smoother, hopefully. You pause for a second. Think you heard something, but nope. It was just some bird flapping off out of cover. You watch it rise into the canopy and then look around at the 3 paths that lead off from here. Choose which adjoining map to move to. What? Oh, okay. And then I just scroll to the... Okay, got it. All right, so let's... what do we want to do? What do we want to do? Let's go... you know what? Let's get wild. Let's go straight, because it takes us to page 5. I don't know what that means, but let's go to page 5. So we go to map page 5, I think. Or tile page 5, which should be page... something. There's tile page 5. All right. Let's set these over here. We're coming from 1. So we're down there. All right, so let's go to tile page 5 here. What do we see? All right, found tile page 5. All right. Place your token on a square adjacent to the tile you have just come from. Done. Silence descends around you as you forge ever deeper into this wooded passage. Soon, the junction behind you is out of sight as the passageway bends slightly east. Okay. A pile of rocks sits on your left at the base of a great oak. As you examine this pile of rocks through the thick undergrowth, you see one particular tree that looks slightly out of place. The leaves of this tree are blood red, and even the bark is a deep, rich burgundy color. Ahead, it appears the passage bends back towards the north. Am I moving with stealth? I feel like if you're going to ask me, then yes, I'm always moving with stealth. Yeah, 15, made it. Check for traps. Yeah, sure. Yeah, I'm going to check for traps. But I rolled a 2, so probably not. Yeah, I have DC 10. What is... I don't think my passive perception is going to save me here. Yeah, I should have just gone with passive perception, but I rolled it, so that's what I get for a 5. Dang. What traps? You investigate this area of the wood, but you find no traps. Oh, turn me to tile page 5. No, this link's broken. Tile page 5. Okay. Okay, check for actions. When you're ready, move your token, clear the map in the direction you desire. I mean, there's only one way to go, so... yeah. Check the rock pile on the left. Yeah, I mean, wait, so left would be... I'm looking at this upside down. So left would be... yeah, this is the left. Yeah, I do want to check this rock pile. I do see the blood red tree. And what is this? Is it like a skeleton? That's creepy. All right. All right. Let's check the rock pile. Let's check the rock pile. You approach the rock pile and give it a bit of a poke. It seems fairly innocuous, but you don't want anything leaping out at you in a hurry when your back is turned. You jab at it warily with your weapon. Nope. Thoroughly ordinary pile of rocks. You see a small spider scuttle across the rocks and disappear between the cracks. Fun. All right. And then I guess I will move up here and investigate this out-of-place tree. Red tree. This tree seems very out of place here. You walk to the left side of the path and make your way towards it. It sits apart from all the other trees as you reach it, and you realize it's a lot bigger than it actually looks from the path. You stand before the red tree, looking up at its height. Apart from its color, it doesn't appear to be especially significant. What would you like to do now? Are you a paladin? No. Would I like to climb the tree? That might be fun. Would I like to take some leaves? Maybe. Take a branch? No, maybe. Head back to the path? No, I mean, I don't think I'm particularly interested in trees. I don't think that's like a thing that I'm into. Let's just double check that I'm, not into trees. Yeah, I don't think I'm into trees. Yeah, no, I'm not into trees. So I guess I'm just going to go back to the path. I don't know detect magic, so yeah. Good times. Leaving the red tree, you walk back to the forest path, your mind fixed on your quest. Slowly, evening seems to be falling around you. What? Oh, okay. Return to tile page 5. Okay. I went and checked out the tree. When you reach the tile adjoining the green dot, there is a green dot. This is a hard to see green dot, but there's a green dot. Reach the tile, the green dot in the top of the map. Entry nasty turn. Bum bum bum. Roll a D100, adding 10. If you succeed in the earlier, if you succeed, it's adding 10 if you succeeded in the earlier stealth test. I did succeed in that stealth check. All right, so 43 with a 10, 53. If you score 1 to 25, go here. 26 to 50, go here. 51 or above, go here. You move cautiously along the path, watching on all sides for movement or anything out of the ordinary. But this part of the wood seems unusually quiet. Pro tip for everybody. If everything goes quiet, something bad is probably about to happen. Animals know things. The path turns right, then back towards the north again. Ahead, you see that path continues. Is that a junction up ahead? All right, return to the tile page. Finish exploring the tile. You move to the edge of the map onto either 1 or 8. Well, I mean, I came from 1, so looks like we're going to 8, my friends. Boom. Oh, that's 7. Boom, we're at 8. All right, we came from 5, so we're down here. All right, let's go to 8. It feels as if you've been in this wood for an age. Now the dim light of evening has fallen, and darkness creeps back under the boughs of Weathercoat Wood. You've reached a 4-way junction. I have. You scout around, and just off the path, find several places that would be suitable for making camp. Your bones ache after a long day, and your stomach rumbles. Moving with stealth, make a stealth check. If you say it, I'm doing it. That's a 4 plus... probably not much, because I'm a fighter. 3, 7. I'm a quiet fighter. That doesn't make it. I did not make it. Take note of success or failure. It was a fail. It's a fail. Check for traps. Yup. Roll perception. 19. I saw it. Successful. You do a thorough visual search of the area, but find no traps. Okay. When you're ready, move your token through the map in the direction you desire. If you would like to investigate the hole in the ground to the south, go to entry southpaw. When you reach the tile adjoining the green dot, go to entry likely camp. There's a hole? Oh. I mean, I'm standing next to it, but yeah, there's a hole. Let's check out the hole. Tucked back into the trees, you see a large, elongated hole in the ground, like a gash, as if some huge beast literally ripped the earth asunder. You edge forward and peer down. Who knows what lurks down there? A part of you is screaming back away. But your adventuring self always wants to know what's around that next corner. I am impetuous. Holes in the ground are your stock in trade. Holes. I'm your guy. To lower yourself into this black chasm, go to entry, blah, blah, blah. No, I'm going in. No, you just told me holes are my thing. I am going in the hole. Oh, man. All right. You carefully climb down. There's a drop about 15 feet or so, but you use several rocky crags to make the descent a bit easier. Reaching the bottom, you see a passage of sorts. More a kind of windy burrow. Like a giant rabbit. Ooh, he might be fluffy. Extending ahead. Oh, my burrow, yeah. You begin to make your way slowly down it. Outside, it was nearing evening, thus, inside here it grows dark. But ahead, you see a source of light. It's a rabbit with fire. Fire rabbits! Oh my god! You head towards the light source. Yeah, I know. Yeah, I'm impetuous. Head towards the light source. Slowly and deliberately, you edge forward, rounding a corner. It appears you are in an old mine of some sort. There is mining equipment here, and there. But it's worn, rusted, unused for a long time. However, ahead, a fire burns in a brazier, suggesting this place has recently been inhabited. The brazier throws warmth and light throughout this small cavern. You search further around the walls and find a small recess in which contains a number of interesting items. Very interesting items. Sounds dirty. There's a chest, securely locked, a small stack of scrolls and books, and a node script pile of all sorts of items. Silver goblets scattered. Silver goblets scattered. Scattered is, man. Scattered. Semi-valuable jewelry, paintings, leant against the wall. A quick leaf through the scrolls, searching for more information, reveals maps of the area scrawled over with all sorts of markings, many of which you don't understand. Then it all clicks into place. You have stumbled upon a thieves' den. You feel a sudden mix of elation at finding all this loot and apprehension at being caught here. Are you a rogue? Nope. You could try opening the chest. I could. You could go through the books and scrolls to see if you find anything useful related to your quest. Maybe, but probably not. This isn't the Death Knights hideout. Or you could quickly leave and return to the surface. No, screw that. I'm going to try and open this chest. Are you checking the chest for traps? Of course I'm checking the chest. You always check the chest for traps. Oh my god. Why wouldn't I check the chest for traps? Chest traps. DC 17 on a perception. I rolled a 16. I think I'm a plus 3. Plus 3. All right. Yeah. Chest traps. Successful. Crafty. You cleverly concealed within the lock mechanism, you see a trigger switch that could be connected to a poison dart or something similar. The mechanism is extremely fine and will be hard to disarm. Still, no guts, no glory, right? Do you want to try and disarm it? You will need thieves' tools. If you do, make a thieves' tools check. DC 17. This is a dex check with your proficiency bonus. If you are a rogue, added twice. I do not have thieves' tools. I want to open it, but I don't have these tools. Do I have these tools? Hold on. I don't think I have these tools. I'm pretty confident that at me as a fighter, I do not have these tools. I mean, maybe I was ambitious and tried to cheat, but no thieves tools. Dang it. Why didn't I cheat? No, I'm kidding. Don't cheat. Ruins the fun. So yeah, I guess since I don't have these tools, I can't try and like bash it open or even just let it shoot me. That's lame. Interesting way to handle it though. Alright, so I would rather not. Oh, I can try and open it without disarming it. I would just consider it being unsuccessful. Nah, I'm not stupid. Am I stupid? Okay, yeah, I'm pretty stupid. I mean, I'm not the stupidest, but I'm pretty stupid. All right. Let's do... All right. I'm stupid. I'm opening it. Carefully, you work with your tools. No, I don't. Trying to dismantle the catch mechanism, but your hands are a little shaky. Probably. And you slip, accidentally knocking what looks like the trigger. Go to entry. Vapor. Oh. Without warning, a blast of purple vapor hits you in the face, jetting forth from the small hole in the front of the chest. Make a Constitution saving throw. Luckily, I'm good at Constitution. 14 on the dice. For +4. 18. DC 18. Oh! I hold my breath. Roll a 1d4. Take half that much poison damage. Rounding down. 3. Rounded down would be 1. Right. You manage to close your mouth just in time and get quickly out of the way out of the way of the noxious vapor. Coughing violently, you move and get out of the little space. You decide that you will wait some time for the gas to clear. However, just as it becomes nearly safe to move back into the space, you hear something. Voices getting closer to. Although you can't tell from what direction. There is nowhere to hide in here. No exit you can see. Quickly and quietly, you just run into the area just below the entrance hole, searching for somewhere to hide. The voices are getting louder, like they are approaching the entrance hole. There is a largish pile of boulders nearby to hide behind. Go to the sentry. So I also take 1 point of damage from that vapor poison. Apply. 19. D&D Beyond is great. All right, so we're gonna try and hide behind these things. Hide quick. You duck behind the boulder pile as fast as you can, just in time to see legs appearing through the hole. Make a DC 14 stealth check. I rolled a 7 with a 10. I am sloppy. You stay hidden, but hear nothing. Then you feel something. A blade on the back of your neck. Look what we have here, friends, says a man's voice. Stand. The voice orders you. You stand and you see before you a female and a young teenaged boy. They wear dark hooded cloaks. You cannot see whomever is holding the blade to the back of your neck. They are behind you. It doesn't take much to work out that you are hopelessly outnumbered. Trying to fight your way out of this would be futile. You are ushered at blade point back into the abandoned mine and then kicked in the back of the leg and forced to the ground. This is when you get your first good look at the blade wielder. An older man. He appears to be the leader. He carries a needle-thin rapier in one hand and a dagger, backhanded in the other. You know this fighting style. These are rogues. Thieves. And obviously the residents of this den. The woman stands behind you with a weapon drawn, sighing resignedly, as if this thing happens often. Man, you need a better front door. The older man finds a chair and plonks down on it. Suddenly, the boy reappears and informs the leader of what you'd been up to in their treasure room. You are searched, and any items you took were retrieved. I didn't take anything. I opened a chest, got gassed, and then they showed up. I'm a terrible thief. Worst. Terrible thief. I don't know why I did that. It was bad choices. All right. You are then bound, hand to foot, and given a boot in the stomach for good measure. So, the man says firmly, give me a good reason why we shouldn't kill you, intruder. What's your story? Oh, I had a voice for him. Well, let me redo it. So, the man says firmly, give me a good reason why we shouldn't kill you. Intruder, what's your story? What are you doing in Weathercote Wood? And more specifically, what are you doing in our lair? Who are you? He demands. Do you tell this thief of your quest? Do you tell this thief of your quest? Or make something up? I am definitely going to try and lie to this guy. He does not need to know why I'm really here. You quickly invent a story, saying you came to visit the Grey Peaks, but got separated from your friends some miles back. You saw this cave and thought you'd take shelter here. Have mercy, you say. I was just looking for some shelter for the night. The older thief, the leader, eyes you doubtfully. Make a persuasion check. Damn it. 10. Oh, I am not. My charisma is worse than my intelligence. This is a 9. DC 15. I am unsuccessful. They're gonna be mad. This is bad. The thief shakes his head, pouting angrily at you. I don't believe this story, he says firmly. You are lying to me. For that, I have a mind to cast you out and keep everything you carry. He eyes you up and down, considering. Instead, he says firmly, I will take one thing of value from you. What do you carry? I don't want your weapon. But something else. Show me what you carry, and don't bother telling me the real story now. I don't want to hear it. You had a chance to tell the truth. You chose to lie instead. I want something from you, in return for letting you go. For daring to enter our lair and rifle through our possessions. The female stands by, caressing the flat of her blade and eyeing you darkly. The boy stands motionless, watching you with head tilted, slightly back, his hands his hands clasped before him. You are severely outnumbered here. You must choose one item worth at least 20 gold pieces from your inventory. Gold or gems will also do. You give it to this hardened rogue. Only then will you be allowed free. As soon as you have done this, you are quite literally shown the door. Return to tile page 8. I went down a hole. I got gassed in the face, but it didn't do much. And I am paying 20 gold to live. Solid first encounter. Yeah. Solid first encounter. Real good. Some straight up hero work. Yep. All right. Let's proceed on to the green dots. Green dot ho. When you reach a tile adjoining the green dot, go here. You see two potential camp areas just off the track. One on the northwest corner of the junction, and one on the northwest corner you feel absolutely dog-tired. In your bones, you know if you don't rest now, the rest of your mission could become increasingly difficult. You need to make camp and try to get some much-earned rest. Why can't I? I am literally 5, 10, 15... I'm literally 30 feet from this hole. I just paid them 20 gold. Could they at least put me up for the night? A bunch of malarkey. Bull crap. All right. Make camp, northeast corner. Which one isn't this way? It would be north. North, I'm on. Never eat. Yeah, so I'm on the northwest corner. Make my camp in the northwest. Camp northwest. To the northwest is a low, rocky outcrop. I completely did that wrong. Never. Unless north is that way. That's not correct, but that's okay. Northwest is a low, rocky outcropping beneath the trees. You unfurl your bedroll beneath it, right here. If you are eating provisions, do so now. You lie down and quickly fall asleep to the gentle sound of wind whispering through the canopy. Roll a D100. This is a 13, my friends. 13. 0 for 33, go here. In the very early hours of the morning, you awake, feeling well rested. Recover 1 hit die immediately. What is my hit die? My hit die is something. What is my hit die? I don't remember. Okay. Where? 6, but I only need 1, so I probably should just not have even worried about the hit dice, but now I know for future reference, and that's the important thing here. We learned something. That's what's important. Okay. Don't need that. Don't need that. Okay. Sorry. Mild distraction. Okay. I rolled a D100. All right. In the very early hours of the morning, you awake, feeling well rested, but also experiencing a strange sensation on your neck. You reach up and rub it. Your hands feel something leathery, which moves under your hand. That's troubling. Your eyes fly open, and you realize a bat has appended itself to you. Oh my god! Oh, you have disturbed it during its meal, which is me. I take 1 point of piercing damage immediately. The point I just got back. The horrible thing screeches as you swat it away, and then it flaps in the air and attacks you. Place a token within melee range and do battle with this bat. There's a bat right there. The bat's going to be this dice with the number 1 on it. Oh my gosh. Let's flip this around for you, not me. Boop. Oh my gosh. This bat. All right. The bat get a surprise attack on me? Oh, roll initiative. Okay. That's a 15. What'd the bat get? All right, bat. Let's roll your initiative. This is where it gets weird. I got to roll the monsters too. I don't think he gets a bonus to initiative. Does not get a bonus to his initiative, so he gets a straight 6. I go first. Let's hit this bat. I am going to swing at him with my... so I'm waking up. There's a bat on my neck. Reach over, grab a dagger. It's going to be a 19 on the dice, plus 5, 20. I really hope a 24 hits this bat. It does. The bat's AC is 12, so it's going to be a 1d4 plus 3. 5 damage to this bat. It has 5 hit points. So it hits me on the back of the neck. I reach up, slash it with my dagger. Add 25 experience points. XP. 25. All right. I think I just level up at the end of this adventure. I'm not going to worry about the XP. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it just level up to 3 at the end of this adventure. So there's no getting back to sleep now. You got a decent rest, though, and despite the bat feeding on your blood, you feel reasonably well refreshed. Hope it wasn't a vampire bat. God, I don't want to be a vampire. You make your way back out the pathway and consider which path to take. Return to tile page 8. Continue from where I left off. I did the camp. When you've finished exploring this tile page, move to any edge of the map. All right, so we're leaving. Let's go to 11. Take it to 11. It's 10. Oh, 10 looks interesting. Probably never going to go to 10, though. All right. We're entering 8. Entering from 8. Am I moving with stealth? Wait, no, I need to scroll to 11 first. This is 11. All right. You move north from the junction and reach a shallow stream. Oh, look at that, I do. Which you easily cross. Okay. On the other side of the stream, you see a left branching path. On the corner of this path is a sign. The words worn away by the weather, it reads, cemetery. Dun, dun, dun. An arrow points down the path, down the left path. Ahead, you see that the wood opens out, and a field is beyond. Your heart lifts a little, but then you remember, poor Derek Brumont. Am I moving with stealth? Indeed I am. 18 on the dice. I'm good. Take note of success or failure. It was a success. Your adventuring experience tells you it is unlikely there are traps here. Solid. There are no entries associated with this tile page to go... okay, so do I want to go to the cemetery, or do I want to move towards this green dot? Why is there a green dot? Let's go to the cemetery. So we're going to go to page 10, which is this one that we thought looked cool. Well, okay, well, I thought looked cool. No one else is talking to me. I'm talking to myself. That's fun. Okay, so let's go here. 11. Scroll up to 10. Slowly, and with weapon at the ready, you make your way into the slightly disheveled-looking cemetery. Gravestones are crooked in places, but here and there are freshly placed flowers. At the far end of the cemetery, you see a large crypt. Like a dome that has been cut in half, ornate metal gates that stand before the stone door. Like a dome that has been cut in half, ornate metal gates stand before the stone door. Better. There's a plaque on the outside, but it is too far away to read. With foreboding in the pit of your stomach, you edge forward into this haven of perished souls. Moving with stealth? Of course I am. DC 14. 16 on the dice. Yep, I made it. I'm going to start rolling the blue one. Maybe I'll do terrible. Checking for traps. Roll perception. DC 15. Yeah, if you prompt me, I am rolling for traps. With a 5 on the dice. No. If successful, go to entry. If unsuccessful, go to rest in pieces. Oh, that's eerie. The cemetery is eerily silent, and you can't help but feel a little uneasy. There's a sense of foreboding. The tall trees which surround the cemetery stand like sentinels, watching your progress through this garden of the long dead. Are you a barbarian? Nope. If you have not yet made a stealth check, make one now. If you have, follow the direction below. I was successful. Taking care not to disturb the headstones, you creep carefully through the cemetery, reading epitaphs and trying to get a feel for the place. Here lies Rogan, cleric of Lolkorth. Born a peasant, lived a saint and hero, died a martyr. And another. Laid to rest eternally, Lady Rottingbridge of the Vale, matriarch and benefactor, survived by Lord Rottingridge, and their son, Petrus. It seems this little cemetery is filled with lords, ladies, and adventurers of high distinction. Have you already checked for traps? Yup. Where? I totally just lost my place. Crap. I don't think one of these links did what it was supposed to do, so give me 1 second to get it back. I apologize deeply for this interruption. Unsuccessful. I'm not a barbarian. I was successful. If not, go to entry, deathbed. Deathbed. And it does not put me... There it is. Okay. To your horror... I'm sorry. So we were walking forward. I made a successful stealth check, failed the traps. To your horror, you feel the ground beneath give way to your feet. Make a dex check. DC 16. Roll the 19 on the dice. I got it. If successful, jump away. Perhaps it was because you are on edge, but somehow you managed to throw your body to the side, just as the ground collapses beneath your feet. However, the pit isn't that deep, only about 3 feet. You scramble out of the grave and back away, brushing the dirt of the grave off yourself in your horror. There is a hideous groaning sound. Watch in dismay as a figure rises from the grave, climbing out, turning its head towards you. Place a token on the map within melee range to represent a zombie. Okay, let's assume... Yeah, there's a gravestone. Okay, he's coming out of the grave. Let's get a smaller dice. Dice. Okay. Yeah, fine. Whatever. D12. Zombie. Roll initiative. All right. Zombie. All right. Let's roll for initiative. It'll be 18 for me on the dice. Plus 1, 19. The zombie. He gets a bonus to his initiative. I thought he would. Not listed here. But he rolled a 3. So he's going to go after me. They gave me stat boxes. And I feel like he should be getting an initiative bonus, but he's not. But that's okay. Not my adventure. Do battle with the rotting undead. All right, so I'm up first. I'm going to try and hit this zombie with my longsword, since I have it out and at the ready. It's going to be a 19 on the dice. What? What? That's ridiculous. That's absolutely ridiculous. That is ridiculous. I didn't say it, but I'm using it two-handed. So let's roll 1d10 for the damage. I rolled a 0, which is going to be a 10 in my world here. So that's 10 plus 3 for 13 damage slashing on this zombie. Wow. Okay, nailed him. Negative 13 to the zombie. Negative 13 to the zombie. Take that, guy. I slash into the zombie, starting to rend him slightly, but he persists. Zombie goes to... just hit me with his claws. Rolled a 15 on the dice with a plus 3. That probably hits me for an 18 because, you know, level 2. Yeah, that hits me. So I get hit. I get hit by this zombie, and it's a 1d6 plus 1. Oh, he rolled a 1. That's going to be 2 bludgeoning damage to me. Boom. And then I hit the zombie back. Rolled a 19 on the dice. That definitely hits the zombie. 1d10 plus 3. It's going to be a 4 plus 3 is 7 more damage to the zombie. It's going to be 20. He's negative 20 now. Then the zombie goes. He rolls a 16. Definitely hits me. 1d6 plus 1. That's 3 damage to me. So I hit the zombie. He reaches back, beats me across the face again. And I take another mighty, mighty swing. I roll a 1 on the dice. As I take... totally miss. And I am shocked. The zombie goes. He goes to hit me again. 17 on the dice. He hits me again. For 3 plus 1 for a 4. This guy has definitely hurt me. My face is now bloodied. My arms are now torn asunder. My cloak is slightly ripped. I liked that cloak. I lift my sword back to hit him again with an 18 on the dice. 6 plus 3 for 9 more damage to this zombie. Taking him down. Slicing his head off. As cleanly as I possibly can. was rough. It was rough. I know. It happens. It happens. But we prevailed. We prevailed. You took me down to half. I lost half my hit points. But we prevailed. It's the important part. Important part. I need a healing potion. I'm not feeling super comfortable about the rest of this adventure right now. I need a healing potion. All right. You finally lay waste to the undead creeper, but keep your weapon to hand as you turn, facing the crypt. You fancy that you just heard an echo of some sort, like the faintest note of a song, an incantation. It was too faint to tell. You notice the dappled light of the sun, getting low in the sky once more. It only feels like an hour since morning. What is going on with the time in these woods? The burden of your quest lays heavily on your mind. And you begin to feel a sense of urgency. Perhaps it's too late to rescue poor Derek Brumont. But I hope not. My paladin? Nope. Can I heal? Do I have a way to heal? I don't think I have a way to heal. It's offering me a chance to heal, but I don't think I have that as a choice. Let's see if I have a medical kit. I don't have a medical kit. I don't have any healing potions. Probably should have bought a healing potion. Whoops. Well, oh well. All right, let's move on. Move forward. I do have... Hold on, racial... Nope. Class. Second. Okay, yeah. I'm going to go ahead and just use my bonus action, which, since we're not in initiative, just means I can do this, for add 1d10 plus my fighter level hit points. It's second wind for anybody looking for an answer to that. It's 11 hit points. The 9 on the dice. Fuck yeah, second wind. However, I can't do that until I take a short or long rest. I can't do that again until I take a short and long rest. But that's cool. That's cool. That's cool. So let's add 11 hit points back. Whoops. Nope. Don't want to go to the forums right now. Back to my character sheet. Thank you. All right. Sweet. That puts me back at full. That's fantastic. I needed that. I needed that. All right. Yeah. All right. You walk slowly forward. We don't need this zombie anymore. Boop. You walk slowly forward, primed for any surprises that might suddenly present themselves. As you near the crypt, you see that it is ornately carved and also set into a solid bank of earth that sits behind it. It appears the crypt extends underground some way. It doesn't take a dwarf to see that whoever this was constructed for was lavish in their tastes. Above the door is a coat of arms with a small plaque set beneath. It reads, "Together for all eternity, abiding peacefully in the rays of Aminator, the family of." Where the name of this family was presumably carved before, now the marble has been chipped away until it becomes unrecognizable. You can possibly see the top of an A near the middle of what used to be the name, but that is all. You see that the gates and the double stone doors beyond are ever so slightly ajar. They appear open. Check the entrance for traps? Why, of course I'm going to check the entrance for traps. Why wouldn't I? Natural 20. Any traps? I'm going to see them. Yep. I was successful. The entry to the crypt appears trap-free. Gingerly, the gates open. The metal seems to be relatively rust-free and does not creak as you expected it would. Easing yourself within the gates, you grasp the handle to the left of the stone door and lean back. It swings smoothly out. You proceed inside. I honestly may have just lost my place. Yeah, no, I'm good. You move inside the door and into the cool silence of the crypt. A stone passage, well paved with solid rock walls, extends ahead. Move your token to submap 3? Whoa! Submaps. Check this out. Oh, it's 2. Submap 3. Look at this place. It's pretty sweet. It's a narrow passage, though. Woo, girl. All right. In the tile page booklets. Creeping warily forward, you peer down the passageway. You see a chamber at the end. A brief inspection here reveals no traps, and you move forward, listening, watching in your periphery, all your senses heightened. You enter a large chamber, and on either side are marble plinths, 4 in all, each topped with a coffin. The air is stale and musty. There is an exit on the far side of the room, and you can see that it continues for a short way, then bends to the right. Move with stealth? Yes, sir! It's going to be a 17 on the dice for a DC 10. Totally make it. Take note. Note taken. When you reach the room with the coffins, boop, you may check for traps by going to entry room traps. Well, of course, I'm going to check for traps. Perception DC 10, 13 on the dice. Successful. You see no traps in here. Go to entry. The room is silent. Smells of decay. The 4 coffins are well kept, though, and don't look especially old. The wood is of high quality, and amongst the musty smell, there is also the aroma of lacquer in the air, a sure sign of wealth. Whoever this dead family was, they were not short a gold piece or 2. The exit on the far side leads into an open passage that continues and then bends right. To open one of the coffins, go to entry here. Do I care? Yeah, I'm curious. What's in these coffins? You try to lift one of the coffin lids, but they are nailed securely in place. There's little left to do but proceed onto the exit onto the far side of the room. Then why did I get the choice? Whoopah. You proceed into the passageway and make your way towards the bend. Move your token to submap 4. Ooh. Weird dais with stones. Move your token to submap 4. You edge forward and fancy you hear something from far, far down the passage ahead. Your heart leaps at the sound and you freeze, but all falls silent again. You slowly move forward, gripping the handle of your weapon. Am I moving with stealth? Yes, sir. The 13 on the dice, DC 13. Yeah, I got it. If you're checking for traps, go to entry bend. Yeah, I'm going to check for traps. Why wouldn't I check for traps? DC 14, 18 on the dice. You search thoroughly, and to your great surprise and relief, find some suspicious-looking slits in the walls. A further search reveals a pressure plate in the floor. This looks like it could be a blade trap of some sort. Carefully, you sidle past the pressure plate and move past it towards the room beyond, which you can now see at the end of the passage. This room is perfectly circular, and unlike the last one, does not smell musty. There is a faint smell of incense here, and at the other side of the room from where you entered, you can see an altar of some kind. Rubble is scattered across the altar and the floor. It's at its base. I would like to look through this rubble, please. Investigate the rubble. You move over to the altar and check out the rubble. It becomes obvious quite quickly from looking at these fragments that a holy idol of some sort once stood here. It has been destroyed. Wondering what this could mean, or perhaps you already know. Continue to the exit on the far side. You hear the same sound again. Much clearer than before. Someone is in pain, groaning. Pain, groaning, and pleading. It sounds like a boy. You breathe silently, steadying your nerves as you slowly move forward, your mind surprisingly clear. As you approach the left bend ahead, the noises become clearer, a low groaning, and underneath that, a growling sound. Then another sound, clink of metal, clink, ching, ching. The sound of armored feet across stone. Then a ragged, broken voice speaking a two-word command. Kneel, Squire! Moving with stealth, make a stealth check. DC 10. Roll a 4. Nope, not stealthy. I did not get the hand-drawn maps. Take a note of success or failure. As quietly as you can, you sidle around the corner. A diagonal passage continues ahead and opens into a room, which appears to be illuminated. You hear the voice again, a little more than a growl, shaped into words. Look at me, cur! Look at me! You take advantage of these words and make a few more steps. Then you have a view into the room. What you see stops your heart. Seated on a large throne atop a dais is a gruesome-looking warrior. Even sitting down, he appears tall. You reckon his height must be at least 7 feet. Probably taller. He is armored from head to toe, although his face and parts of his midriff are exposed. The armor is patched and rusted. In his hand he holds a huge sword, and he is glaring at the bound figure groveling before him. This figure has their back to you, but you notice the clothes of a noble. From his size, you judge this to be a teenage boy, likely poor Derek Brumont. Which can only mean one thing. The big ugly guy on the throne is the Death Knight. And it looks as though you have arrived just in time. This appears to be a squiring ceremony. A really messed up one. You feel the malevolent energy pulsing from the warrior. Watching, your mind races as you carefully consider your next move. Oddly, to his right is a brazier which emanates an unearthly blue light, casting an eerie pall over the huge warrior. Place a token to represent the Death Knight on the throne, and one representing me near the door. Don't worry about a token for Derek just yet. Oh, God. Does that mean Derek's gonna die? Don't kill Derek! Hashtag don't kill Derek. Poor Derek Brumont. No. All right, I got one for Derek for later. Death Knight on the throne. Okay. Did you succeed on that earlier stealth check? Nope. Suddenly, the Death Knight's bearing changes. He looks over the head of the poor Derek, and he stares at you. So, he booms, his rasping growl filling the chamber. You have finally arrived, the great hero. Come to rob me of my squire, eh? The creature has a brief pause, And then the creature breaks into a hollow, grating laugh, which reverberates off the stone walls until he finally recomposes himself. Prepare to die, fool. Roll initiative! Death Knight gets a +1 to his initiative bonus. I got a 17 +1 for myself. That's an 18 for me. And the Death Knight got a 15 +1 for a 16. We were close. We were damn close. Move your... Nope. I won the initiative. Make your attack. Basic stats for the Death Knight relevant to this turn are below. If you are playing with 2 PCs, do not double the monster's numbers and deduct any points to your successful and roll your fresh attack. The Death Knight's attacks and feats are shown below. Oh, wow, okay. Man, I don't actually get to know what he's going to do. Like, I actually have to go to another page to see what his turn is. That is interesting. Okay. So, I win the attack, apparently. And get to take a hit at this guy with my longsword, which I had at the ready, so it's two-handed. I rolled a 1. I rolled a 1. Well, okay. Whiff. Totally miss. No, I'm not going to action surge yet. As he prepares his attack, the Death Knight pauses at you. A chilling sight to behold. Then, from his bony, decimated gut, a horrid laugh arises. Filling the chamber, echoing all around. The air is laced with fear. And Derek Brumont, poor Derek Brumont, cowers in the corner, whimpering, covering his face. Make a wisdom save. Oh, it was going to be a 1, but now it's a 13 plus 1. Whoa. The Death Knight's Fear Aura does not affect me. Wow. That was good. All right. Made at the start of each of your turn. No. Roll a 20, adding 5. 16 plus 5, it's going to be a 21. Yeah, so that's higher. Now he hits me with a 1d8 plus 3. That's 2 plus 3. That's 5. So he hits me for 5. I mean, I'm assuming that's what that is, so we're just going to apply it and go to the next thing. Derek! You yell at the boy, trying to shock him out of his frightened state. You could do with all the help you can get right now. As a free action, you may toss a dagger or short sword to Derek if you have one to spare, so he can cut himself free. You wield a weapon and prepare for your next attack. Yeah, I'm going to throw a dagger to Derek. I don't know if I put him on there or anything, but I'm going to do that. I throw one of my extra daggers over to Derek. Roll my next attack roll, referring to the stat block below. Word. Make sure you are keeping track of hit points on both sides. Yeah, okay. I haven't hit him yet, so that doesn't matter. I'm not under the influence of the Fear Aura. Yep. Attack roll. 19 on my dice. What do I have to hit? I have to hit a 15, so that's going to hit him with my longsword, which is a 1d10 plus 3? I think it was 1d10 plus 3. 1d10 plus 3. 8 plus 3 for 12. Bam! Finally lay one into this Death Knight. Take that. Poor Derek Brumont. This is for Derek. All right. I hit him for 3. Or no, I hit him for 12. So, neg 12 on this guy. How many hit points does he have? 28. 28. This is a weak Death Knight. All right. Okay. I'm just going to make sure. And then go to round 2. Damn you, interloper! You will not rob me of my squire. Those wretches robbed me of my boy so long ago. Quickly, he moves forward to attack once more, his long sword arcing towards you. The undead warrior, seemingly out of his mind with rage, the Death Knight is exercising one of his feats, which relies on rage to give him advantage on 2 attack rolls per day. Roll a d20 plus 5 with advantage. Okay. 15 and 13. 13 plus 5, 18. He's going to hit me for a 1d8 plus 4. Oh, rolled a 1. I'm going to call it cocked. We're going to re-roll it. 4 plus 4. That's 8 damage. Boom. Derek, you better be worth this. You better cure cancer, boy. Because I am at 7 hit points. Did you manage to throw Derek a blade? I attempted to. Derek has managed to cut himself free. Has gotten to his feet. He is shaky, but there is a light in his eyes. You remember Lord Brumont, how honorable he seemed. Perhaps there's a little bit of warrior in this boy, too. Roll initiative for Derek. 12. Have him enter the fray. He goes last. Does he enter the fray immediately? No, I think he goes. I hit the Death Knight. Or no, the Death Knight just hit me. So yeah, this is Derek's turn. Derek goes. Derek goes. 4 plus. All right. 9, not gonna hit the Death Knight. Yeah, Derek doesn't do it. The Death Knight will not attack Derek. All right. I am not under the influence of the fear aura. Brandishing your weapons, you move forward once more, roaring at the top of your lungs to rally yourself. And Derek Brumont. Poor Derek Brumont. Who may attack when it's his turn. If he has a blade, he already did. All right, I got to make another attack. The Death Knight is 12 hit points down. That leaves him with currently 16 hit points. This better be a good one. 8 on the dice, plus 5 for a 12. No, action surge? Pretty sure I can do action surge here. Let's double check the rules since I don't have a DM. One additional action on top of your regular action and a possible bonus action. Yep, I am going to attempt an action surge here. Make another attack. 16 on the dice. That will hit this guy. Come on, max damage. 6 for 9 more damage to this Death Knight. 12. Yeah. Dang. Oh, man. Oh, man. Oh, man. This is close. I have 8 hit points. Okay. Fighting like some crazed animal, the Death Knight harnesses its rage once more and attacks. With advantage. 15 and a 10. For a 20 on the high roll. 1d8 plus 4. It rolled out of the tray, but it's a 1. It's a 1. You can all see it. It's a 1. It's a 1. I'm taking it. Because otherwise I'm going to die. So I take 5 damage from this attack. I have 2 hit points left. Wow. Okay. Continue combat between myself and the Death Knight, and Derek too, if I tossed him a blade. Yeah, so Derek gets a turn. He rolls a 12 plus nothing, does not hit the Death Knight. He's terrible with that blade. It's my turn, however. Come on. Roll the 4. I roll the 4. Roll the 4. I don't hit him. Death Knight goes. This time without advantage. I'm gonna die. I'm gonna die. $12 plus. I don't think it's a plus 5. I think it's plus 1. 12 plus 1. It's a 13. That's gonna hit me. I think. Yeah, it's gonna hit me. But he's hitting me only with his long sword. So he's hitting me one-handed with his long sword, which is gonna be. I'm sorry. I'm a little bummed right now. This is just not rolling my way at the moment, and this got me. All right. 2 plus 1. It's 3 more damage to me. I'm dead. I'm unconscious. I'm dead. I died. I just died. The Death Knight moves in for the killing blow, and he drops you. But he stops just short of finishing you off completely. Lying here bleeding out, you watch through the haze as the Death Knight walks over to poor Derek Brumont and loosens the boy's bonds. "Go now! Go!" he commands without waiting. The boy stands and runs from the chamber, casting you a stricken look as he passes from your prone form. The Death Knight walks over to you and kneels by your side. "A worthy opponent you have proven, traveler. So worthy, in fact, that I think your destination has been made clear." He reaches forward and touches your forehead, closing his eyes. A cold thrill passes through you. You feel the life leaving your body, but a new kind of energy entering. Your senses change. Your heart stops beating. You are dead, but somehow not dead. The Death Knight draws a deep, ragged breath and proclaims, "Now arise, brave warrior, and begin your new life as my squire." You have become the Death Knights Squire. A fate worse than death. That remains to be seen. Here endeth your adventure. But this doesn't have to be the end. Why not take another stab at this? Go roll up a fresh PC and try again. There might be things unexplored in this adventure, and surely, poor Derek Brumont, deserves a second chance. Thank you for playing the Death Knights Squire. Ah. I have feels. I don't know how I feel, but I have feels. It was good. That was way more fun than I thought it was going to be. I died, though. I died. I died. Dice just didn't roll with me on those last ones. Man. It was great. It went faster than I thought it would, too. It really did. It was fun. There's like a bunch of other ways this could play out. Because you watched me play it, if you watched me play it, don't be discouraged to go and play this adventure yourself. I will put the link of it in the description of the final video when I repost it here, when I go back to edit it here in a minute. But you can buy this on DM's Guild. It's like $10. I highly recommend it. It was fun. I had a lot of fun with this. You could play this with another person. He's got some rules to go ahead and make this difficult enough for 2 people to play. Yeah, this was fun. I enjoyed this as an experience. If I didn't have a group of players to play with or anything else, I would 100% play this. There is another one, at least one more of these in the series, and I'll play that in a week or two and do this again. I think this was fun. I have no idea what the rest of the world thought. I will go investigate that here in about 5 minutes, but I had a lot of fun with this, and I will do it again. Yeah, I hope you enjoyed doing this with me. This is the first of a bunch of things we're going to do with Attack of Opportunity. The main thing we're going to be doing will be starting next Sunday at 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We will be starting a campaign, which is just me and a group of friends. We will be playing together over the internet. I have a setup much like what you're looking at here, and we play Dungeons and Dragons together. We've been playing together for many years, and I can't wait to go on this journey with this group of people. It's going to be a good time, and we hope you come with us. So, till next time, this was something.